Hey guys, so today's video, I've tried to record it like 25 times now, and a certain flame point fellow keeps popping up in the way. So I'm gonna stop right quick and give him an introduction, because if I don't, he's not gonna quit scratching at doors and jumping in windows and being wild, I swear to you. Bear with me, I'm gonna give him a quick cameo. Say hi, sausage. At this point, he's gonna be like the Stan Lee of doll videos. He's just gonna have a cameo in all of them, because he thinks that doll time is also playtime and rubs time and everything else. So anyway, as I was saying, today's video, he chomp. Alright buddy, go on. Go lay down. Alright guys, cute cat stuff aside, let me get to answering your questions. The first of which actually I get asked quite a bit, and that is, how old am I? So I know it's kind of hard to believe, as @n_monstergram on Instagram pointed out, but I am actually 40. Yeah, so I just turned 40 last month. I do have kids. I have 3 children, all are boys. Lewis is 22, Emerson is about to turn 21 tomorrow, and Alexander just turned 18 last month. They're very supportive of my doll hobby. When they were little, they'd actually come in and, like, if I was redressing dolls, they'd ask if they could redress them with me. Emerson even had his own Taiyang, which is the boy version of Pulip, named Ghost, but unfortunately he lost him in a house fire a few years ago. But yeah, they're very, very supportive. Like, if they're in stores, they'll be like, oh mom, you know, is there a doll that you don't have? Is there one you're missing or that you're looking for while I'm here? You know, so they're very, very sweet about it. I am married, so my husband is probably my biggest supporter. But he was the one who told me to, you know, just go ahead and go for it. Like, go back to collecting and, you know, I guess doing like doll customization, hop on YouTube and stop being afraid of it, that kind of thing, and not stay in a job I didn't love. So he has been my biggest supporter. He helps buy dolls, he takes me to go hunt for them. Like, he's been really wonderful about it. Other than that, let's see. So I do get asked, like, am I rich and how do I buy so many dolls at one time? So like I said, my husband is wonderfully supportive. He does give me money for dolls. I am not currently working, which ties into the job of what do I do for a living. I was a professional photographer and makeup artist and body painter, and I don't mean in like that Instagram influencer way. I mean in that, like, kind of boring everyday real world job. This is my entire income, this is all I do for a living kind of thing. And I wasn't very good at social media, really. I mean, I had like a couple of thousand fans who follow me, you know, across various platforms, but like I couldn't make a YouTube for it. It was really awkward. But yeah, so that is what I do for a living, or did for a living, up until October when I retired. I'm not really rich. Like I said, my husband has a nice job, we live comfortably, we have a modest home. Usually if I want to buy a whole bunch of dolls, I will sell like other doll stuff, like dolls that I've customized, doll clothes, etc. Yeah, so let's see. What else do I collect? I collect a lot of stuff. A lot of the stuff that I've collected for years and years. So again, like, I'm not rich, I've just collected them for so long that I have a lot of them. Anime stuff, I'm very much a weeb, love anime, like so much of it. I've been a huge anime fan since probably like the early 2000s. I used to go to conventions all the time. I've done makeup with me as like some of my more recent favorite characters, stuff like that. So I have a lot of anime stuff, like figures. I have a couple of pop figures that most of them are anime related. There's some that aren't, because I have some Hello Kitty ones. I love Hello Kitty. I collect a lot of Hello Kitty stuff. I have like just a lot of video game stuff, including like a lot of older games for older systems. Trying to see what else. Okay, so I also collect makeup brushes and vintage cameras, which go back and tie into the career I had. I love vintage cameras. I used to love shooting on film. Now I use DSLR for everything except recording videos, because I'm still not great at that. Let's see, I collect tons, and I have like a bazillion makeup brushes, jars and jars and jars of them down here. I used to collect like I have the Harry Potter wand ones and unicorn ones and mermaid ones and the ones that have water and glitter that you shake from like Lime Crime. I have like so many different kinds, like a billion of those. I also collect vintage 50s and 60s and early 70s like nightgowns, like the big flowy like sheer looking ones with the robes and all that. And originally I got them to use in my photography, and then I just kind of kept buying them because I love them and they fit me, and I just kind of kept them. So yeah, that is all of the stuff I collect other than dolls. And then I was asked, what other dolls do I collect? Other than Rainbow High, oh my god, I have Bratzillas, I have Ever After High, Rainbow High. As for what other dolls I want to collect, there's really nothing out right now that I don't already have. There are some of my collections that I do already have that I'd like to finish. I'd like to finish getting the EAH dolls that I'm missing that I want. Same with the Monster High. I would like to finish, I would love to finish Novi Stars, but those last 4 only came out in Russia. They're very expensive, very hard to find. Kind of the same with like the last few that were released in America. They were very, very sparsely released. I'd love to go back and get more Star Darlings. I'd love a Hujo Berry because I never got her to go with my Freya and Freyr. I'd love it if they brought back Lala Loopsy Girls. I'd love to finish my Bratzilla's collection. Like, I guess that's about it. Most of it is about finishing the collections I already have versus like collecting ones that I don't already have. I would love to get some more Pinky Coopers. I'd love to get Ginger and Pepper. I think that's about it. I would love to get the Barbie extras, but I mainly just want their clothes, but they're actually kind of cute, so I'd probably keep them. And I would love to get back into Pulips and BJDs, but financially, like, they just feel really unreasonable, especially with the economy the way it is right now. But also, like, when you look at the price of them and you look at how many other dolls you could buy from like other lines for the price of a BJD, because for like my Zoom Sabic Cyborg I paid like $800, and that doesn't even include like his clothing and all of that. I think it just included like a basic face up and maybe his eyes and wig. I don't even know. But yeah, so it's not that I wouldn't want to get back into those, it's just that they're very pricey. So I think that's all the personal questions. I think I answered everything in a pretty timely manner. I'm trying to keep it quick and snappy so you guys don't get too bored. So I have some specifically Rainbow High and hair dye related questions, since those have been the majority of my videos lately. Does River's flocking wash off? I've had a lot of people ask me that. I've dyed 2 of the River dolls now, both using the boil method. Their flocking does not wash off, it does not boil off. It seems very, very resilient. I don't know what glue MGA used to hold it on, because I know the flocking for like Venus and Claude from Monster High, Hunter Huntsman from Ever After High washed off really easily, but whatever they have on River, it's not coming off. Like, it's on pretty sturdy, so I don't think you have to worry terribly about that. I think if you were to scrub it or maybe even like shampoo it, it might, but as far as just putting it in boiling water and rinsing it in cold water, like, it seems fine. Where do you buy the hair dye? And this is from @VenusMonsterHigh15 on Instagram. So as far as the RIT dye, Walmart carries it, Target carries it. Out of the 2, Walmart has more colors and they tend to carry the dye more in my area, whereas Target doesn't. I don't use the dye more dyes, but I know some people do. I've noticed Michaels actually has a wider variety of colors, and if you don't have a Michaels in your area, if you have a Hobby Lobby, they have even more colors than that. They tend to carry like a very wide range. Out of all of them, I would say Hobby Lobby definitely had probably some of the better prices on them than Michaels did. Walmart was the least expensive. Now, these are all American stores. I don't know if they have all these stores in other countries. If you live elsewhere, as far as the human hair dye goes, I got that inexpensive one at Walmart, but I think you can pretty much buy it anywhere. We have like Sally's here in the US and stuff like that, and like cosmetology school like suppliers that all sell some really neat hair dyes. So yeah, hopefully that's helpful. What made you collect Rainbow High? Now, that is from @LightToTheCore on Instagram. Honestly, When I originally saw them, I was curious as to what other dolls I had that their clothes might fit, like if it would fit my tulips and stuff like that. I bought a Maya for that reason, and also because like I didn't see her in a lot of stores, and the store I did find her in didn't have many of her. Now, while they later got a ton more in around Christmas time, when I started collecting in like late September, early October, she was kind of hard to find. I got her, hated her hair, almost didn't collect them at all, almost gave up after that. Got Sunny, fell in absolute love with her, and love with the quality of clothing. Her hair was really nice. I mean, it wasn't as crunchy. I loved the inset eyes because it's very like tulip-like for me. As well as like their bodies are very sturdy while still being jointed and having very nice articulation. So huge fan just from that, but mostly what made me collect them was how tulip-like they are. And then at in_monstergram ask my thoughts on Rainbow High webisodes. Okay, so I'm gonna keep it brief because I could ramble all day long about that. Like, I'm very invested in all their drama. A, I hope they actually expand more on Poppy's character because I like music is not a personality trait. B, the artwork is gorgeous. The characters are really interesting. I'm glad that they fixed Avery's hair in the later episodes because the early ones it was rough. I'm glad they gave her bangs. The only character I don't really much care for and that I hope they change in time is Violet. I know a lot of people are like, well, you know, her obsession with social media is just because it's her job, it's how she got into school, etc., etc. But like, she's almost downright hateful to her friends because she's more concerned about social media and entertaining her followers than being a real person. And as somebody who lived that life in my past career, it will destroy your life. You cannot put social media before real life. It's not right. And honestly, yes, Violet's very young, and I think that I don't want to say that's a good excuse, but like, it is reasonable because young people don't have that same life experience and that same sense of like prioritizing a lot of times. That's something that grows with them, especially these girls are like 14, 15, like they're freshmen, so they're very young. But I do hope that they address that because being more obsessed with social media than real life is not cool. And I wouldn't want that to be something that kids see and become influenced by, like, oh, well, let's be like Violet and, you know, be obsessed with social media. So yeah, I love the webisodes. I do hope they make more. I really wish it was weekly. Not that I don't like the Violife kind of hinting at stuff, but I wish it was like an episode with the Violife afterwards to address versus like a week later. That way they could have episodes weekly but still have the Violife in to kind of explain stuff. But I understand that's a large undertaking. Hopefully Rainbow High will continue to pick up in popularity. Maybe they will address that and give us more webisodes. So then I have some very like Monster High and Ever After High specific questions that I've been asked. Favorite Monster High and Ever After High movies and favorite Monster High and Ever After High characters. Now these kind of tie in with each other, so I'm going to try to answer them both at once. Favorite movie, Sweet 1600. Draculaura was the first doll I ever got. Sweet 1600 was the version of her I got. Absolutely in love. I love the movie. I love Draculaura as a character. She's my favorite. She's 2 out of my like 3 or 4 favorite colors. And if you go to her Snow Bite doll, she's all of my favorite colors kind of combined into one. I love her and Claude's relationship. I love her accent. I love her style. Love everything about her. Love that movie because it's very Draculaura focused. I loved Valentine as a character. I do love that Garrett came out later and said, you know, Valentine was meant to be gay because it explains so much about how he behaved in the movie and how collecting hearts still didn't help make him happy. You know, like, I do think that's really great. I also, as far as like the characters go, love Abby. Again, I loved her in Sweet 1600. I love that she's very down to earth and common sense. I love her accent as well. I love her snow theme. I was born in December. I'm obsessed with winter. I love peppermint everything, snowflakes, Christmas, and twinkle lights, and the whole 9 yards. I love wintertime. So I adore Abby for a billion reasons. As for the reboot, I would say Sylvie Wolf and Dracula really were great. I liked the Electrified movie the best because I liked Sylvie. I even actually paid, I think it was like $60 And I sent one of my electrified Sylvies to a customizer because at that time, like, I really don't reroot a whole lot. I have really bad arthritis and carpal tunnel and a bunch of chronic pain stuff, which is why I don't sit still for very long. My hip is really bad. But yeah, so I have a lot of chronic pain problems, so I don't really do a lot of rerouting unless it's necessary. I sent off one of my Sylvies and had the original, like her basic version made, minus the outfit. I know there are people who make them, but like I don't know where to find them. So yeah, I loved Sylvie. I loved Dracula. I honestly feel like Dracula stole the whole reboot and they did his doll dirty and it made me sad. I do hope if Monster High ever comes back, they give us like a collector Dracula or something and do this man justice because his movie version, his webisode version is so adorable. He is perfect. Anyway, as for Ever After High, my favorite movie is Way to Wonderland, and the reason why is that some of my very favorite characters are Alistair and Bunny. I love their relationship. I love how precious Bunny is. I'm sad that her doll was kind of, you know, wonk-eyed, but like at the same time, I thought it was really cute and like very rabbit-like. Um, as far as my other favorite characters, like prior to that movie, prior to the Wonderlandians, I thought Gingerbread House was really cute. I think that Melody Piper is really, really cool. I do, again, I feel like it's kind of what MGA is doing with Poppy that Mattel did with like Holt Hyde from Monster High and Melody Piper from Ever After High, is that their love of music becomes their entire personality and there's nothing else. And I do kind of hate that. Like I do think that they should expand. Just because somebody likes music doesn't mean that's everything. Like they have nothing else. They have no other personality. So yeah, so that is all of my favorite Monster High and Ever After High stuff. My favorite OMG from each series. So I've had people ask me this a couple of times, a couple of different people. This is a pretty big one to expand on. So I'm going to try to, again, be kind of quick because I don't want this video to be terribly, terribly long. Series 1, Royal Bee. I love her scrunchy hair. I love her resemblance to Scary Spice. I love her skin tone and her gorgeous golden nails. I love these dolls' hands. These dolls have like the best hands of any doll line. Like they're so beautifully detailed. I kind of expect that level of to every doll now. Series 2, Busy BB. Even though I removed her like poodle bangs, I think she's absolutely gorgeous. I love that she's Rosie the Riveter inspired. She's precious. Light series, Dazzle. I know everybody hates tinsel hair, but not me. I love it. I love it sparkly and shiny, and I love the mixture of orange and neon pink. I know a lot of people weren't thrilled with Dazzle. She had that crunchy looking weird textured skirt and the braids, but look at the face, you guys. And she has these cute freckles. Like, she's wonderful. I don't care. So then there was series like 2.8, which was Uptown and Downtown and Shadow, who had all been released in like bigger sets, released as individual dolls. They've recently been re-released along with a re-release of 24K. Out of that 2.8 series though, Uptown. Uptown's the girl who did it for me. She's the one who made me want to collect OMGs. I think she's absolutely perfect. I mean, even though I've changed her clothes and her hair, like I love the way she came out of box. If it weren't for her, I probably would have given up on OMGs pretty quickly because my first was Shadow and I really wasn't feeling her. But Uptown sold it. Alright, series 3, Da Boss. The Boss is absolutely gorgeous. I did have to kind of flatten her hair down and straighten it up a little bit because she had so much hair that I honestly couldn't put her on anything. She'd flop backwards in the stand. I couldn't press her up against the wall. It was a lot of hair, but I wanted to leave her curls because I love her curls. She's honestly just a gorgeous doll. Again, beautiful makeup. Her hair has like these, it's very similar to Royal Bee's hair where it's kind of got almost like gold, like it almost looks tinsely without being tinsely. It's very shiny and really nice. For the winter series, so this one was kind of hard. For Winter Disco, it was really a tie between Dolly and Snowlicious as far as the core four, but the special edition Crystal Star won it for me. Because again, pink hair, tinsel, shiny, all the things I love in a doll. I was very lucky to get her off of eBay for retail price, not long before they were re-released, but before I knew they were going to be re-released, I think. As far as the more recent winter chill, that's right, Snow Queen herself. I love Icy Girl. I love her little snowflake, little cheeky freckles. I love her eye color, her makeup color, her hair color. I wasn't thrilled with her outfit, so I didn't know I was gonna like her as much as I did when I got her. I have since changed her outfit, but she's so cute. And let me just say, because people are like, how do you not like her snowsuit? I am from Texas. We don't have snow where I'm from. Uh, so I think snowsuits are very silly looking because it's not something I'm accustomed to. But yeah, if it so I loved Icy Girl, but I just want to say, I gotta throw this out there as a mention. Camp Cutie was very much a second runner up. She is like my little Latina goddess. And I know not all Mexicans are the same shade of brown, but hear me out. Even though I'm really pale, the rest of my family is really, really brown. So she reminds me so much of my family. I am Mexican American. She's like the same shade as like my dad, maybe a little lighter. Um, like she reminds me of my cousins and my aunties. Like I love her. But the snowflake freckles won it. Alright. Remix lines. Core 4, Lone Star. Didn't think I'd love her. Took her hair down. Adore her. I don't know if, like, honestly, videos, pictures, nothing does her hair justice. The color is absolutely stunning in person. Her eyes are beautiful. Her makeup is some of the best. I didn't think I was going to like her because her pants are ugly and her shoes were kind of funky, and I'm not a cowboy hat girl, even though I'm from Texas. I thought that Kitty K was going to run away with it all because she had cat ear, and I didn't know she was based on Ariana Grande, whose music I'm not really familiar with. But I know, I'm really lame, you guys. I listen to like emo music, like sad emo rap, like Lil Peep and X and Juice WRLD and stuff like that. So I didn't even know DeBoss's outfit was based on some Beyonce stuff. I was like, why is she wearing a Halloween pimp costume? Like, not to be vulgar, but like that's the only time I'd seen anything with animal print and big hat, and I don't know, my brain went to a terrible place on that. So, I'm not 100% sure of all the references musically speaking because I suck. But and we don't have cable, and I don't really go out of my way to look up stuff that I'm not already familiar with, even online, like music wise. So, but I did recognize this lady. So out of the super surprise, Metal Chick is my babe. Not just because of her split hair colors. I once rocked the pink and black myself. But just because I think Baby Metal is so precious. I know a lot of people also drew in like the Melanie Martinez split hair thing. Um, which I used to get a lot of, because I've always had kind of split hair for like quite a while now. Not always, but like for the last couple of years. And I've had people like randomly come up to me and be like, oh, are you a Melanie Martinez fan? And I was like, I don't know who that is. Thanks to TikTok, I know who that is now. But so I can kind of see that. But I do really love Metal Chick. I love her makeup, even though it's kind of weird. As far as the rest of them though, because we did have the 2-pack and we had the special edition similar to Crystal Star. They were all remixed. Look, I love the 2-pack and all, but My Girl Jukebox wins it. I actually just bought a second one of her, and I don't have second ones of anybody, but I bought a second one of her just so that I could have a version of her without the tinsel. I don't know, it was $12 and I couldn't tell myself no. But she's gorgeous. I know that people really weren't feeling the Elvis thing, but if you bought her, you already know her clothes were like so much rich detail, so much beautiful embroidery and sequins, and it's more than I can even begin to explain to you guys. Either you know or you don't know, but if you don't know, go get her, because some Walmarts have her on sale for as low as $4. Like, people have been finding her really, really cheap. So if you missed out, now's a good time to go get her. All right, wrapping it up with the final question, my favorite 3 dolls from all the lines I own. This is from @mini_h3 on Instagram. All right, so my favorite 3, like, of all of my OMG dolls, are gonna be Uptown, and Icy Girl and Lone Star. My favorite 3 of my Rainbow High dolls I just want to say Original Puppy. Look at the face. Freckles win me because I have freckles. You can't really tell with the lights, but I do. Um, the recently released Kaya, because there's nothing you can fault this girl with. The beautiful cotton candy pink and rainbow swirled hair. Every piece of clothing she had was perfect. The hair clips, the shoes, the earrings. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't thrilled with her price point at first. I was like, I don't know that it's going to be worth it. No, once you have her, you see it. Like, you see it in the details in her clothing, the details in her shoes. Like, her makeup is gorgeous, the details in her earrings. Like, she is well worth her price. If you don't already have her, you should get her. She's absolutely worth it. My number 3 favorite, Bella Parker. So look, Bella is honestly, would be higher on the list. I don't know why. But in doll form, she kind of looks like she lacks as much personality. I don't know what it is. But anyway, I adore her. Don't care. She's perfect and pink and wonderful. But I want to throw out an honorable mention because I thought I was going to hate the cheerleading dolls. Didn't like the cheek stickers. I know a lot of you didn't because it limited the redress ability, I guess, of them. But can we just talk about how Cheer Ruby is A++? Honestly, Cheer Skylar is too. I should probably have given both of them a shout out, but I was trying to like not take forever. If you have the chance to get Cheer Skylar, her cheek stickers come off really easily and she is even more beautiful without them, but she's really cute with them too. Alright, Monster High, because I know that's what a lot of you stands are waiting on. Favorite Monster High dolls, obviously the girl who started it all, the beautiful Sweet 1600 Draculaura. I got her for my birthday the year that she came out. She was very much a birthday gift. And by the way, I know people always like talk about how they're kind of similar, but look how cute they are together. Yeah, so very big fan of pink and black. I love all of her clothes. I love her little, you know, kind of white fishnet stockings, the glitter. I like shiny things. I'm practically a magpie. So my second favorite, honestly, Malsades. And while I have on redressed to look like a little dormouse from Wonderland, I just want to say, I know that we talk a lot about diversity with skin color, hair texture, etc. And then they have dolls in like wheelchairs, dolls with prosthetic legs, dolls who have like all of these, you know, kind of differences to them. I just want to throw out there that having a doll who had cute little buck teeth, and who was still adorable, like really made me happy. Like my inner child was like, glow. Because growing up, I grew up really, really poor. And I'm talking like really, really poor. My parents lived in an old rundown trailer house on my grandparents' land. We couldn't even afford like our own land. My grandmother made all of my clothes from like scraps and hand-me-downs and stuff like that, until I was in like 7th grade and she started to lose her vision. Like we had to go and get government commissary boxes to help with food. We were farming people, so most of what we ate was what we grew or, you know, like what we slaughtered ourselves. And so my parents obviously didn't have great medical or dental insurance. I grew up with crooked teeth. I know you guys have noticed. And as an adult, like I have considered getting them fixed, but at the same time, like having kids, I always kind of put them first. Now that my kids, I have one more who has to get their wisdom teeth removed. But after that, I think I probably will try to get them fixed. My dentist is always kind of on me about like, cause my jaw is really messed up and it clicks and pops out and whatever. But still, having crooked teeth and then having a doll who had kind of little buck teeth too, like it really meant the world to me, you guys. Like I honestly, Malsades would be first if it weren't for the fact that Draculaura is queen. So anyway, moving on. Third favorite, Kiyomi Haunterly. I just want to say the blend of colors in her hair is brilliant. I know a lot of people weren't 100% about her because of her unusual face, but like I adore her. I love a lot of Japanese things. It comes with kind of being a weeb, I think. Like a lot of us are like standing on Japanese stuff because it is really just cool in general. Their culture is amazing, like in so many ways. So I loved that they finally kind of made a character from that kind of lore. And I want to throw a shout out, special mention to Basic Spectra, because she was my grail for like I don't even know how long. It took me like a year to get her after she originally came out because she never released in my area. Super hard to find. The first one I got was the re-release, and even that, like on eBay in between then, she was very expensive because she was hard to find. So I just want to throw a shout out to her because she really does kind of tie key on me, but she was on a higher shelf and I didn't feel like getting her down because I'd had to go get the chair. So, all right, Ever After High. So this one I got probably out of vanity because she kind of looks like me. Not really. Her face is cuter, but like when my bangs are actually trimmed neat. Cerise. I adore her. I really wish they had made her sister Ramona. It made me really sad that they really kind of skipped out on a lot of really good characters who could have been great dolls. Yeah, Cerise I adore. I really kind of loved all the Thronecoming dolls except for Blondie because her hairstyle was weird. But Thronecoming Cupid is my second favorite of all of my Ever After High dolls. I love the tinsel in the hair. I love all the pink. I love the glitter. Third favorite, I love all of the Duchess Swan dolls, especially Fairest on Ice, but I had to go with Birthday Bash because her beautifully soft lavender hair is, I don't know, and I love Duchess's face. I love everything about her styling. She's A++. As for the rest of the dolls I have, most of them are smaller lines. A lot of them I don't even have enough dolls to like of that line to have a top 3 favorite, except for one. While we're talking about things that MGA should bring back, can I just throw out there Bratzillas? I know a billion Bratz stands, a lot of them weren't really into Bratzillas. My thing with Bratz wasn't just like kind of the lack of articulation, but it was also the pop-off feet. It was really weird for me. But Bratzillas I fell in love with. Their eyes, the glass eyes are absolutely gorgeous. Like one of them, I think it's Megana, has like snowflakes in her eyes, or what looks like snowflakes. They have really gorgeous eyes. So I do have a top 3 of those because I have all except the Switcher Witch and the princess characters. Oh yeah, and the JJ Adore has like hearts in her eyes, and her eyes are like red. But this girl's my favorite, Fiona Finns. Now don't let it glow in the dark, but she has metallic glitter blue eyes with yellow moons and stars in them. Her hair has like these soft mermaid crimps. Actually, she's one of my husband's favorite dolls. He even said if I sold my dolls not to sell her because he liked watching her glow. He didn't want me to sell any of the dolls that glow in the dark. Second favorite Bratzillas is going to be Vampalina because vampires are precious. And I don't think that any of these characters got a lot of screen time, but especially the ones like Vampalina and the 2 I'm about to show. I don't know if they were ever even in the webisodes. Third place, I'd like to say, I've already given it away, to tie, but Victoria Antique, which I think was supposed to be like a Chinese dragon inspired girl. And then Ileana Honesty, who's supposed to be, I think, like a Middle Eastern style girl. And both are absolutely stunning, beautiful dolls. I will say the only thing with Bratzillas I wasn't thrilled about is they had these very like kind of flat, wide hands. But then I see it on Rainbow High and it doesn't, I don't know, their hands were actually clunkier than Rainbow High's. Maybe that's what bothers me. But anyway, wrapping up, you guys, because this is already over a half-an-hour video, not including all the cuts I'm gonna make, but like still. Top 3 dolls of my entire collection, not including the ones that I've shown you, but like close enough. Pinky Cooper. I really want to get more of these. I want Ginger and Pepper. I absolutely love this little dog doll. I'm not even like in real life I'm very much of a dog person. I'm very much a cat person. There are breeds of dogs that I really enjoy, like pugs and corgis, but I tend to be very low energy because of health problems, so I kind of prefer animals that are lower energy as well. And a lot of dogs are like very like in your face with their energy, whereas cats are like, all right, you know, pet me, but I'm gonna go do my own thing. So it was a surprise to me that I actually preferred her even over, as far as anthropomorphic dolls go, my Hujo, Freya, and Freya cat dolls. I'm not even really an anthropomorphic doll person. Like I'm not really, like I didn't collect like My Little Pony dolls or anything like that. So I was kind of surprised that I love her as much as I do, but she's actually, you guys look at this face one more time. Look at the adorable puppy face. I know she's kind of weird, and I know not a lot of people liked them. They didn't really sell well, but she has my heart. My second favorite doll of everybody in my collection, probably won't surprise you guys very much. As I mentioned, originally I started collecting dolls in like 2003, 2004-ish with Pulips. So out of the ones I still have left, my second favorite doll is going to be this one. This is Pulip Lala, although she does have a different wig because hers got kind of old and yellow and kind of crunchy after the years. She was a 2010 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. I do have her redressed. I also have her on an Ever After High body because Pulip bodies are full-on terrible. They're very, very delicate. They break very easily. Like, I don't even know why anybody, as much as Pulips cost, why they don't have better bodies. And I think they're on like their fourth or fifth style body. Because I remember when I collected, they had the marmot bodies with like the easily breakable neck. Then they had the rubber bodies with a torso that would flop. Then they had the third body, which was kind of more wispy and more easily breakable. The fourth body legit wasn't much better. I think the next girl was like a fourth body girl. My absolute all-time favorite doll of anything in my collection, including all the ones I've even shown you, is going to be my Pulip Bonita. Now, I do have a redress. I think her original stock is on one of my Monster High dolls, but this doll was a $600 doll. She came with an art book and then a mini version of the art book for herself. My ex bought her for me, like I said, $600 on eBay because at that point she was long sold out. Very, very hard to find. And I love her partially because there's a picture of me as a little kid where I had pigtails like this and I had very almond-shaped dark eyes. And she kind of reminded me of me as a child. So I really, really wanted her. My ex got her for me and she has been my favorite ever since. And so, yeah, I guess that's it, you guys. Gosh. All right, I'm going to wrap this up so I can get it edited, get it posted. But if you liked it, do me a favor, like, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications. Join me next week because I've had some more questions about rainbow hair and rainbow high hair and hair dye. And I know you guys are probably sick of them, but we're going to explore. Do like the more like vegan kind of expensive dyes like Manic Panic? Does it work on rainbow high hair? And does RIT dye on rainbow high hair, if we were doing half and half, is it going to leach like human hair dye did as we saw in the last video? So we're going to explore this next week. Join me then, and thank you guys so much for putting up with this terribly long video full of crazy questions. I hope you enjoyed seeing all of my favorite dolls from my collection, and I will see you guys next week.